Black and White Network fans, we are back with another video. And as you guys know, Ukraine has now been invaded by the communist known as Vladimir Putin. He's done it. He's KGB and he runs Russia. He wants to recreate the Soviet Union. And this could just be the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. It is. It's looking more like, as time goes by, we are approaching World War III. Now, World War II ended in 1945. It has been close to 80 years since the last World War. And right now, folks, history in the next, 20, 30 years, it may actually say that the other day when Russia invaded Ukraine, that was the beginning of World War III. Check this out, guys. The world is watching to see what Russia is doing in Ukraine and the response from the United States. Guys, elections have consequences. When you vote against a person, that is not a good thing. Vote for somebody. Don't vote against a person. Okay? Now you have Joe Biden in office, the weakest man in power on the planet. Vladimir Putin knew this. This is why he said, the time is right now to go and invade Ukraine. He watched, as the whole world watched, how Joe Biden completely messed up the Afghanistan withdrawal. Xi Jinping, I'm pretty sure he was looking at that as well. And guys, I believe the withdrawal from Afghanistan really kind of set everything in motion. Joe Biden is just way too weak. Way too weak. We actually saw this man get pushed around by the French president at their summit last year. It was embarrassing. Nobody respects Joe Biden. Nobody. Under Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin did not invade Ukraine. Under Barack Obama, he invaded and took over Crimea. Now under Joe Biden, he has a full-blown invasion of Ukraine. Now check this out, guys. This could be implications for a world war now. China watching for U.S. weakness amid Russia invasion of Ukraine, experts warn. All eyes are on on China, I should say, as Russia launches largest military attack since World War II. Here we go. Top foreign policy experts told Fox News Digital Thursday that China is watching to see how the U.S. and its Western allies handle Russian aggression against Ukraine and whether there is any sign of weakness. What do they mean by weakness? They're talking about Joe Biden. Quote, they have done the calculus as to what this would cost them if they were to move against Taiwan. And they are getting more data points now looking at what the West is doing now vis-a-vis Russia. The former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for East Asia said during the Trump administration, it will inform and potentially shape Chinese decision-making. He continued in reference to the U.S. response in Eastern Europe. Any sign of weakness will be taken into account by the Chinese. So they are just sitting and waiting. Sitting and waiting, man. And I do believe that Xi Jinping, these are two dictators here. Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping are two communist dictators. They want to recreate their former empires. Taiwan used to be a part of China. They lost it. Now they want to retake it over. Vladimir Putin, ex-KGB, part of the Soviet Union, he wants to recreate the Soviet Union. Moscow's aggression towards Kiev prompted the U.S. and its Western allies to respond with severe sanctions and the deployment of Western forces to NATO member nations that surround Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine. Critics of the Biden administration, like former President Trump, have claimed the inability to deter a Russian invasion will embolden China to act more aggressively towards Taiwan. It goes on, it says, but Isaac Stonefish, CEO of Strategy Risk, a Chinese-focused risk firm, told Fox News he disagrees with this calculus. I'm not going to listen to him. Think of this. He's the CEO of a Chinese firm. A Chinese firm. But he says, I think in some ways it's the opposite. Don't agree with him whatsoever. He's compromised. They would calculate that the United States is unlikely to go to war with Russia over Ukraine and China over Taiwan at the same time. The more involved the United States gets in the Ukraine crisis from a military perspective, the more it incentivizes China to act now, he added. Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin have expressed nostalgic desires to rebuild previous empires that were broken up during the 20th century, but experts argue this is where the parallel between the Russian-Ukraine conflict and Beijing's desire for dominance over Taiwan ends. The CCP has long sought to reunify Taiwan, officially known as the Republic of China, with mainland China, but this goal has been met with opposition from Western nations like the US, the UK, and Australia. Taiwan has been described by Western allies as the beacon of democracy in Asia and identifies as a sovereign nation, but Taiwan is officially recognized by China, the United Nations, and the US as part of the One China policy. Taiwan is Taiwan. They're their own independent country. But also check this out, guys. Russia intends to replace Ukraine government, US officials say. Not a surprise. Not a surprise, man. The world is crumbling right now. In my honest opinion, folks, I truly do believe that Taiwan will be invaded because Joe Biden is in charge. I have no faith in this man whatsoever. None. Neither does Vladimir Putin. Neither does Xi Jinping. I don't agree with them. But one thing that we all know, Joe Biden is just too weak. He's a poor leader. I'm pretty sure they have watched this man destroy this country. And they're saying the time is now. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I really don't. Couldn't tell you guys, but I do believe that the groundwork of World War III was laid down with Russia invading Ukraine. There's going to be war throughout Eastern Europe. There's going to be war in East Asia. And I do believe this will turn into a global conflict. This is sad, man, but this is all a consequence to me of Joe Biden being in the White House. The U.S., everybody looks at the U.S. You put in somebody that is super weak, doesn't even know where he is half the time. Why should any other world leaders respect this man? Why? But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, do you guys think that World War III is coming? I hope not. But as time goes by, man, I do believe it's going to look more likely that World War III is coming and we're going to be involved in this some kind of way. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and we'll catch you next time.